What is going on, you guys? Long time no see. This is Shannon, your friendly neighborhood HVAC guy, coming at you with a super quick tech tip. And if you want to see a way to store some of the things that we are getting ready to use a whole lot of with summer coming up, it's right around the corner and we're going to be using a lot of these. And if you want to see a way to store these things in your tool bag, stick around because you're not going to want to miss this, guys. Check it out. Alright, you guys, so with summer coming up, you know what one of the most common issues that we get called out for on a regular basis, especially if you're Ted over at Anti-DIY HVAC, because he finds these things just about every darn day. Ted is a drain line unclogging son of a gun, but mostly that is caused because of a lack of maintenance or no maintenance whatsoever. So one of the things that we're carrying around with us are these fantastical blue and white little peels here that we stick in the drain lines and in the pans. But I don't know about you guys, but Shannon ain't got no time to be carrying around a gallon jug full of these tablets just to put them in some drain lines. So I need a convenient way of carrying these so they're not going to be a mess. I don't want it taking up a lot of real estate in my tool bag, but I want to be able to carry a bunch of these things. And look what we got right here. Go to the convenience store and buy yourself some mini M&Ms. You can choose what color you want. You can get green or blue or yellow. Shoot, you can get a pretty little pink one if you want to. And this ain't going to take up a whole lot of room in the old tool bag. That'll go right down in a Vito pocket, and you can store a bunch of these. This thing ain't even half full, and you can see we got a bunch of tablets in there. So we can take those in on a call with us, and we're not just throwing them in our pocket and getting all that powder everywhere. You know, you're really not supposed to touch these things with your bare skin, I don't think. I guess it maybe ain't good for you. It might make you cause you to foam at the mouth or something. But anyway, you can fit a whole lot of them in one of these little tubes right here. I just cut the label off there because we don't need the label no more. But we got that big M there. And you can color code those. So, you know, the green one is your little drain line tablets. Something else that I come up with, I got a yellow one right here, and what do we got inside here? What could it be? Some 4-inch wire ties. One of Shannon's favorite things. I love me a 4-inch wire tie. Real good for cleaning up wires when you don't need a big 10 or 11-inch wire tie. Just little small bundles of wires, some of your low voltage stuff. These things work great for cleaning it up, making it look real good. And another thing that I use these for is on gas furnaces, especially the Lennox units, to clean out the vacuum port that the rubber hoses hook to on the gas furnaces there on the secondary heat exchanger. You know, Lennox uses those red and black hoses, and they're kind of like a square-shaped hose. They're not really round. And those things are really notorious under the red vacuum port for getting plugged up with all that little white calcium stuff that gets in there. And you get you a 4-inch wire tie and shove it up in the hole there, jimmy it back and forth, and that wire tie will actually turn the corner and go back into the cold collector box. There's kind of like little channels back in there. I guess, you know, if you could open it up and see through it and it was clear, it'd kind of look like those old them little ant farms you used to buy, you know, when you was a kid. If you're an old man like me, you had an ant farm, and there's little channels, like little tunnels back in through there. And not only are you going to clean out the port, but like I said, this thing will bend and take the shape of that secondary, and it'll go back in there and clean out that whole little channel where all that stuff's gunked up. And that'll save you some trips there, getting the old flash code 3 because you ain't making your pressure switch because you got a clogged up port. So anyway, that's a handy way to store away a bunch of those. You can fit a ton of those inside of there. And like I said, you guys, you can pick what color you want. And they're cheap. Enjoy the M&Ms, eat all them up, and then keep the tube for later. to put you something in. And guys, I'm sure you can come up with a lot better ideas than this. So be sure to leave a comment below with some of the uses you found for these things. Let all the other guys know what you're using them for. And I always like hearing from you guys. I love reading your comments and everything, and I want to see what kind of uses you find for these little old tubes here, guys. But as always, I appreciate you watching my little videos. If you found it useful or helpful at all, be sure to give me a big thumbs up before you take off and get out of here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that bell and do that before you get gone. And go buy you some M&Ms, guys. All right, I will catch you next time.